Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
But you love me for my twang.
That's right, it is Twangin' Tuesday. And on this day I like to feature country music past, present, or future on the channel. Now lately I've been only getting like one video done on Twangin' Tuesday, and that has been a Morgan Wallen song. And I do apologize to some of you out there. Again, as the year goes on, I have to put all my energy into working because in retail, this is like the busiest time of the year. And, you know, when I actually sit down to do a video, I don't pre-plan.
No shit, Jet. No shit.
And I probably should, but I don't pre-plan. It's basically when I sit down here, I have the theme for whatever the day is, and then I think about what I'm going to do.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
There's no script, there's no nothing. It's just how it is. And so by the time I get done thinking of what I'm going to do, I'm only having enough time to do one video. So for those, I do apologize.
I have sinned against you.
But I have been getting, you know, the kind of feedback that I expected with the songs that I am doing. So, you know, one of the questions would be, you know, Steven, now that you've done a whole Morgan Wallen album and you're on the third song that you're going to be doing tonight of Morgan Wallen's Dangerous album, and you've done all that country, what do you think about country now?
Yeah.
And you know what? When I was looking through the list of all of his songs and that actual question was there, I was like,
Now that's the right one, baby.
That's the one, and that's the song that I am going to do. What you think about country now? And, you know, to answer that question, it's not that it's hard. The thing is that if you've watched my videos, and I know a lot of you have not, I mean, I know I have over 4,000 subscribers, but when it comes to watching any particular video, especially on Twangin' Tuesday, I might get 200, you know, people looking, and those 200 people probably have not watched another video of mine. But if you have, I have listened to country music all my life. There was a time up until the age of 14 where I never put music into categories. So when I'm listening to Kenny Rogers or Charlie Rich or, you know, Hank Williams or whatever from back in the day, it was just music to me. As much driving that we did around the country, a lot of times you can't be selective when, you know, you don't have cassette tapes or 8-tracks or, you know, streaming services or anything like that the 70s and the 80s, you know, provided or did not provide for. So, you know, you weren't that picky. And because I was a military brat, it wasn't like I lived in Atlanta and everybody around me was of a particular color and that's all we listened to, and like, man, you're listening to that music? Never once in my life did anybody, you know, in my early life, up until I moved to Columbus, Ohio, did anybody say like, ew, what are you listening to that for? Never once, because everybody around me was, you know, like me or similar to me in their life experiences. So it just never was. So what do I think about country now? I would have to say that, you know, with any other genre of music, it is changing. And, you know, I am enjoying this new change. I call it new country or new country because there was new country that happened at the end of the 80s into the 90s with the likes of Garth Brooks and that whole change. And I enjoyed that as well. You know, country before that, it was really, really old-fashioned.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
So I could say that I appreciate country music, you know, after the mid-80s. I can appreciate country music from there. There's not really a lot. If I go like Lamo, it only went to number 48 on the U.S. country, and you go only, and you're right, it's not just only, it's number 48, and this was an album that, you know, put out the whole thing, and, you know, at least it got somewhere.
Yeah? That's right.
But lately, I've been seeing this trend of people releasing a whole album at once, and then all of a sudden, like, a whole album, like, will hit the charts. Who was another person? Like, Drake did it, and Bruno Mars, you know, will Silk Sonic put out that album, like, you know, a whole bunch of things hit the charts, and it seems to be a trend, because back in the day, that never happened. Like with Michael Jackson, and when he did Thriller, even though it's the biggest album in the world ever, you know, he released single, and then it wasn't until after he maybe released a single or two did he release the album, and it was unheard of that the whole album would hit the singles charts. It might hit the album charts, you know, but the whole, you know, all the singles hitting the singles charts, it was unheard of until recent. So there you go. So if you like videos like this and others on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm trying to do at least 10 videos each and every week, and I actually did do 2 yesterday, so you might want to check those out. So, without any further ado, here is Morgan Wallen with the question, what do you think about country now?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
What it is, man. Dynamite.
When I met you, I was chillin' to some old Willie. Bet you were thinking, how'd I get up with this hillbilly? You saw yourself sitting pretty in the big city, and now you're big time digging on some little bitty back roads. Real slow, got your hand out the window. Now you took a little ride around the farm and got to do a little fishing in the dark, wrapped up in some country boy arms. Now you know what it's about. What you think of country now? Halfway down your first country mile, you called your mama, said it's gonna be a while. Didn't think way out was your style, but now you know what it's about. What you think of country now? Yeah, what you think of country now? Oh baby, now you seen the way my son says, from a blanket on the bank of a creek bed, and I can tell you were hooked soon as you said, don't take me home, boy, I ain't had enough yet. Now you took a little ride around the farm and got to do a little fishing in the dark, wrapped up in some country boy arms. Now you know what it's about. What you think of country now? Halfway down your first country mile, you called your mama, said it's gonna be a while. I didn't think way out was your style, but now you know what it's about. What you think of country now? And what you think about the pine trees? And what you think about the cool breeze? And what you think about the midnight moon? Oh damn, this country looks good on you. Now you took a little ride around the farm and got to do a little fishing in the dark, you think of country now? Yeah, what you think of country now? Oh, baby, what you think of country now? But now you know what it's about. What you think of country now?
Okay, so that's What You Think About Country Now, which actually went in a different way than I had imagined. I will say this straight off the bat. If you were to take out the banjo out of this song, this would be a rock song. And the reason why is you listen to those drums. Those drums are kicking like something you would hear a rock song, especially from the 80s and early 90s, like that kind of drumming, and that drumming was kicking it. As far as even the electric guitar, or maybe you might take out the slide guitar, but the electric guitar worked right there. The other thing, this song has a similar subject matter of that of Tennessee Fan. About the fact that, he got a girl from Alabama, now she's in Tennessee, she looks good in, Tennessee orange and all that kind of stuff. It had similarities. I'm not saying that you can't have two songs that might have similar subject matter. It's going to happen when you're releasing so much music in so little time, that not that you're in a funk, it's just like, hey, I wrote a song about, what you think about country, and now I want to write a song about a girl that I met from Alabama at a game between Alabama and Tennessee, and there are similarities, similar metaphors that, I might be able to use, or maybe he didn't realize that, but there are, I noticed that in my head. I was like, this kind of feels familiar. So, but I'm not hating on it at all. Again, I liked how rocking this song was, and had my head bobbing, it's ringing in my head right now, that one guitar. So it does what it has to do. I also hear this as something that, as he's describing in the song, that people might be playing out, their truck or their car, in the middle of summer or at the end of summer or whenever. I hear people in the country that might be blaring this song. And there you go. So, if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.